People say, Uncle Kage, why do you drink? I drink to dull the pain.
Give the man a drink. Can you really blame him for being a near alcoholic at this point? I would be too if I were a part of the furry fandom. Poor Kage there has spent years going around to different conventions and gatherings and promoting the exact same message: don't embarrass the fandom. In fact, that clip is from a video called Furries Ruin Everything. And his message is pretty succinct. It's pretty clear and to the point. Don't make an ass of yourself. Don't walk around in fetish gear. Don't do weird shit in hotel lobbies. Stay the fuck away from the mainstream media. They will make you look retarded. Well, if his liver wasn't dead before, it sure as shit is going to be today after we do our deep dive. Let me introduce you to somebody. Somebody that goes by the name Caro the Wolf. He's got a sizable YouTube channel. I mean, look at those metrics. Over 100,000 subscribers. He's got a decent-sized following on Twitter. And why wouldn't people want to follow him? I mean, look at that bio. A wildlife advocate. Caro loves the animals. He really deeply, truly loves the animals. You're going to see how much Caro loves those fucking puppers.
Hi, I'm Kiro. And I'm not your average YouTuber. Here, I do things a little bit different. Take a look.
Oh, he definitely does things differently. I can confirm that. He does it differently than pretty much anybody on the face of the earth, anybody with a moral fucking compass. Now, Caro found himself in a bit of a controversy when leaks began to happen about 3 to 4 days back. Logs were dumped on Twitter and other social media platforms surrounding him and a group of friends that were involved in a chat with one another talking about particular interests. A very niche kind of particular interest, things they shared in common. Content warning. Zoophilia, animal abuse, pedophilia. Caro the Wolf is part of a circle of furries who participate in not only zoophilia, but also necrophilia, animal torture, and discussion of pedophilia. Here's the evidence. There are many, but I'll focus on him. This content was compiled by the now defunct pseudonym. I'll get more into this later. A few things before I start posting. I don't know who any of these individuals are. These screen caps date back literal years. I don't know who pseudonym is. Now, Mordecai is referring to the user that initially dumped this stuff onto the internet. This account has been deleted, and you're looking at screen caps from the archive of it. But when they initially dumped the logs, essentially they said that they wanted to get the information out there. Now, one of the counterclaims that has been raised to them bringing this information public is that it surrounds their jealousy over the person we're talking about. That they're upset that they got an interview with a bigger YouTuber. But one thing to take into account when we look at all this crazy shit we're about to look at is the fact that this guy didn't just talk about Caro, but talked about multiple other people that were in this group. You can see when you look through their tweet archive, they bring up person after person. So it's not like it was a targeted thing at just one guy. They threw this allegation out against pretty much everybody. Let's take a step back though. Let's go back to that initial pseudonym post. What was the impetus for this? What compelled him to come forward with this information on people that he knew? I think it was number 4. We should zoom in on number 4. That's a real cherry out of the entire tweet chain. Some of these people were my friends. I burnt relationships I had with others for years for this. But you know what? When I find out my friend fucked a puppy to the point of splitting it open and left it for dead, that's not a fucking friend.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
I think this is a good place to pause it for a second and let you go get a barf bag handy. Because we're going to be looking at some pretty fucked up shit. Even by furry standards, some pretty fucked up shit. That's a little appetizer. Now, as an aside to all this, Zero did put out a statement about his side of the story. And his side of the story was, I was super hacked. Furries and drama. Before you guys go around believing these rumors about me, know the facts. My account was hacked. I would never do any of these things. These are faked conversations. All of this is someone trying to get attention. They're called trolls. If you choose to believe it without thinking about it logically, then fine. Become that troll online who has that mob mentality. But please always look at both sides first. I didn't do this. It should be obvious that these logs are fake. They don't even talk like me. And he even went a step further by logging into the service to show that there was a different IP address, that it was coming from Iran when he's based in the United States. Now, I'm no tech expert. I can't tell you if this is a nefarious plan by a group of internet trolls to target Zero and a collective of furries. but some people did pick up on some key details when he posted his screen cap showing that he had been hacked from Iran. Dude says he was hacked, shows Telegram sessions from Iran as evidence, only to post another screenshot with the Android VPN icon key in his status bar. Hey, so in the top right of the screenshot you provided, you literally still have VPN on, the key icon. So if you want to keep the I was hacked narrative, that's not recommended. Oopsie. Looks like somebody might have fucked up a little bit. I haven't heard an excuse this good since a kid got a virus in Roblox.
Oh my god, Mom! I had a computer virus, and I got scared that I had the virus, and when I was getting out of my chair, my pants were slipping, and I was pulling them up and getting back on the chair. I am serious! I'm serious! I had a virus!
After my accusations yesterday, a few individuals who I will not name here asked me where I sourced my claims from. After sharing a telegram that Pseudonym set up to leave evidence behind, we waded through it. Here are saved conversations Kiro the Wolf had. Well, let's jump into these conversations and see what we can find. Sorry for not responding last night, I passed out. But yeah, I'm okay with necro stuff if it's not that bloody. But I'm totally against killing for sex. I only do it with roadkill.
That boy ain't right.
How dare you, sir? How dare you slander me? I don't fuck animals to death. I fuck roadkill. When I see a man hit a deer, I get an erection. When somebody kills a possum with a pickup truck, I go put my penis inside the holes that emerge from the body. If you've ever hit a squirrel with a shovel, ring me up because it's love-making time. This is apparently from a conversation that Kiro had with somebody by the name of Snake Thing. Oh, cub porn. Love, 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 love. I always loved puppy butt. Same. I need some puppy booty. Same. Let's go grab ourselves a real cub. And an animal. Let's make some rare shit. And that picture's been edited for your sanity. Ooh, that would be hot. Oh, and it would be. I'm okay with humping a 4-month-old. Same. Sorry, I'm a yiffy. Das okay. Me too. Snake Thing decided to send some animation clips to him, and Caro responded as well, but neither of those are showing up. You can thank your gods, whoever they may be, for granting you that small mercy. Oh, my dick could fit in there. Same. They all need a dick. Ugh, yeah. Hugs? God, I love puppy breath and their saliva is nice too. Same here. Hugs? Fantastic. It is. I've played with 2 pups so far. Oh, story time. OXD? They were just my dogs growing up. I only fingered their throats and put my pinky up their butts.
In fealty of the God Emperor, our undying Lord, and by the grace of the Golden Throne, I declare exterminatus.
Daw. Still sounds nice. It was. I love their mouths. Heart. Aw, yes. It's almost impossible to get good roadkill out here, too. Aw. I need fox booty and deer butt. I need anything. XD. Now, you may have noticed in the conversation that Zero was having with other people that aside from just images that were being shared, GIFs and animations were as well. And in the info dump, videos were included. Well, there's no way in hell Google will ever let me show that shit on YouTube. Luckily for us, a brave soul on Twitter took it upon themselves to go watch all these videos and give a detailed description of exactly what each one included. Hey, just so y'all know, like, if you don't have the stomach to watch the videos of Caro doing shit to these innocent animals, I'm going to give you an extremely triggering thread of what I saw. There's so much more than just, he's a zoophile.
Buckle up, buckaroo!
Video 1. Caro in a suit head. Forces a medium-sized dog to fillet several sex toys. Then the real thing. He anally penetrates the dog afterwards. The dog runs out of the video several times and retracts and gags from the abuse. Video 2. A tied and muzzled German Shepherd is vaginally raped. Video 3. The corpse of a deer is used as a sex toy while its blood is smeared on Kiro's leg. Video 4. A small dog is anally and orally raped. Video 5. A puppy is drugged and strapped to a log. It is anally and vaginally raped with the wide end of a baseball bat. until blood is visible on the bat. The dog begins to visibly spasm. Update. More videos have been found, including someone having sex with the decapitated head of a small puppy. Update 2. Not all of the suitors in the videos are Caro. I was mistaken. But the deer video is confirmed Caro. I won't link the videos as they're too disturbing, and frankly I could go to jail for distributing content. I'm done watching videos like these. They've unnerved me greatly. But a report on the findings of others, I hope you can forgive me. Jesus fucking Christ, could it get any worse? Well, in fact, yes it could. In January of 2017, Caro the Wolf had a dog that became ill with kidney failure and passed away. Here's a conversation he had indicating his remorse for abusing his dying dog. Screenshots from tweets around that time correlate to this being a dog that did in fact exist. Thank you. I left the group because it reminded me of stuff I did to him. Now that he's dying, I can't believe I did that to him. I can't be part of that group any longer. I love him so much, and when he needs me, I can't be there. I'm almost 2 states away. Wraps my arms around you. Try not to feel too beat up about what you did, what you've done. He still loves you in the end, and I'm sure he had a blast of a time with you. With some care, he could survive until you see him again. I think. Though it'd cost him, I think. But for closure for you, I think it'd be worth it. Had a blast of a time with you. Yeah, I'm sure that's a heartwarming memory for the dog. I'm sure it looks back fondly on the memories of its owner fucking it. I'm sure that's something it greatly and fondly remembers. Being raped by its owner. What a charming fucking memory to hold on to as you're dying of kidney failure. You know, the time your owner stuck his pinky down your throat and shoved his thumb up your ass. Now, in regards to the Caro leaks, it's still very early days. People are still parsing through all the information that was just basically dumped upon them. Some are taking up for him, starting hashtags and doing videos in his defense. Other people are just outright attacking him and saying that he is completely guilty. Time is really going to be the only indicator that's going to validate one or the other, of which of these is actually real. But there is one thing to take away from all of this entire disgusting clusterfuck of what's going on right now. Those videos that those people have watched, the pictures that were shared back and forth, that shit really does exist. Whether this was actually Caro and a group of people he associated with, or whether that was a group of trolls just fucking with people, that content was created by furries. There are fursuiters out there that are fucking puppies with baseball bats, and decapitating them and fucking their heads. There are people out there banging the corpses of deers in the fucking woods. There are people that share erotica when it relates to molesting puppy dogs and screwing roadkill. There's an actual section of the furry fandom that is into that shit. I think people forget why it was the internet started to hate furries in the first place. It was their constant need to insert themselves into other communities, to flood certain image boards and shit them up, to share their degenerate artwork, and to facilitate the creation of this kind of content, where some retard in a mascot uniform is banging woodland creatures and fucking them to death in a forest. That's what kind of drew the hatred in. That's kind of what made people not like them in the first place.
One of the most hateful videos I've seen in a long time. Let me show you the part that I'm talking about in particular.
That content was created by furries. There are fursuiters out there that are fucking puppies with baseball bats and decapitating them and fucking their heads. There are people out there banging the corpses of deers in the fucking woods. There are people that share erotica when it relates to molesting puppy dogs and screwing roadkill. There's an actual section of the furry fandom that is into that shit.
No, there's no section for that.
One of the most horrible, hate-filled videos he's ever seen. Furries don't do that, Jim. Furries are good boys. They're an innocent fandom. How dare you paint them with a broad brush? What you said about our boy, Caro the Wolf, or as I like to call him, Caro the Innocent, Saint Caro of puppydom. Stop slandering his sterling fucking reputation. You're leading a hate mob. Don't you understand the effect that you're having on our poor pupper Caro? He's gonna kill himself. He's getting hate mail.
I've been receiving death threats every single day. I seen a photo that someone posted of a sword, and they said they can't wait to chop my head off with it. So I'm honestly scarred, freaked out. I've been having anxiety attack after anxiety attack. I went into a really dark place when this first happened, and I almost did something that would have hurt me a lot.
Why must you persecute him, you cyber bullies? Remember, if the fursuit don't fit, you must acquit. He did not fuck those puppers. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with what's going on, last week, Kiro and a group of his friends had conversations on a social media service they used that was leaked out to the internet. And there was some really heinous, reprehensible shit that was in there. And Kiro's response was to claim complete innocence. It's fabricated. It's faked. None of this is real. I was hacked by Iranian super He actually said that. He said that he was hacked by Iranian super hackers that were targeting furries. That was his response to what was going on. Now, in my video, I was totally fair. I played it down the middle. I even included that retarded excuse. And I even finished that video up by saying, give it just a little bit of time. Just a tiny amount of time to find out whether this is true or not, because eventually the truth will come out. So it's been about a week. Where does that leave Karo and the zoo crew? Were they really the victims of Iranian super hackers at the forefront of the new online persecution movement? Or are they as guilty as sin as they appear to be? Now, I'd like to state that there is some compelling and damning evidence that exists out there. People have been going all CSI and doing forensic analysis on videos and images and chat logs. They've been comparing locations and dog breeds. And if I could include that, I think it'd be pretty cut and dry, but I can't. I can't show it to you, and I can't even link it to you. Google would never allow it. It's far too risky to put up. Even if I tried to censor it, it would defeat the purpose of even including it in the first place. But I don't think I need it. I don't think I need to actually even show that to you to prove to you that Kiro is guilty and that he's a lying sack of fucking shit. This is a man that has consistently changed his story, not just in the span of a week, in the span of mere fucking hours. So I'm going to use his own words to prove to you just the kind of person Kiro is. Let's start out with what I think is a fairly compelling piece of evidence. 2 videos Kiro did recently. 2 interviews that he gave to 2 different YouTubers that are separated by the span of mere hours from each other. And we're going to compare and contrast statements he gave in each of these. Both of the creators that put these videos up spoke to Kiro. Both of the creators have different takes on what happened. And I just want you to listen to his responses and to the evidence and the ideas that they put forward, and compare that to what he was saying a week ago. Again, a week ago, he was completely innocent. These were all fake. It was not real. His accounts were taken over. He was a victim.
In the logs, there are pictures of his dog that are not posted anywhere else online. It's possible that a person pretending to be him could have gotten pictures of a dog that looked like his, but because his dog was an Australian Shepherd, German Shepherd mix, and that particular breed has a myriad of different color patterns it can have, the chances of an imposter having a near identical match to his dog are slim. Along with that, there is a ton of personal information in these logs that, while technically obtainable, would require the absolute most obsessive of stalkers to get. There's also the numerous people who got a hold of some of the forwarded messages from the logs and could run an ID check on them, and match it to Kiro's now deleted Telegram account. I didn't believe these at first because, to be honest, a lot of them are just badly done. You can't just show me a screenshot where you took 2 completely innocuous messages and matched the IDs and say, see, that proves it. You actually have to show him saying something incriminating that was in the logs. But the one that won me over was Nos Hyena's video about it. Nos Hyena has no reason to lie, and faking the video seems difficult and pointless. But the thing that really gave me that feeling in the pit of my stomach where I knew that these logs were real was actually one of the only things that wouldn't even be that hard to fake. And that is the way that Kiro greets people. I'd only ever spoken to him once before, very briefly, and the first thing he said to me is, "Arf arf, had a quick question." So I looked through the logs, and sure enough, you can see that same greeting a few times. And I'm not saying that this is definitive proof of anything. Like I said, this is the easiest thing in the world to fake for anyone who has spoken to Kiro, but I guess it was the moment that everything just kind of clicked.
Well, you heard the gay dragon, folks. He had some doubts. He saw some evidence that made him believe that perhaps Kiro was not the most innocent person on the face of the earth. People were matching up the ID numbers of the accounts that were shown in the screenshots with his actual account. Kiro used the same kind of language and greeting with him that he was shown to use in the chat logs. The dog breed was very specific and matched pictures that were shown in the leaks. It seems that he had some reason to actually believe this. Now, let's compare that to the opening of the other video. Let's hear what he says when he's confronted about things that were brought up by the other person.
So, first off, sorry for being blunt, have you fucked any animals?
I haven't.
Not living or dead, no roadkill or anything?
I have never had sex with any animals.
Okay. And have you ever hurt or killed animals for pleasure?
I haven't.
You have not?
No.
Okay. Another question a lot of people have asked, and this is a big one that's been going across, is did you actually get hacked?
Yes.
I did not have sex with that possum. That was a definitive answer. I was totally hacked, bro. It's not like he's going to immediately follow that up and say, oh, by the way, I kind of lied about a few things, and it really wasn't Iranian super hackers.
Did you actually get hacked?
Yes. Though, I lied about one thing. I was kicked out of my account. At first, when it happened, all I saw was my name changed, and before I could take any screenshots of the active sessions, I was booted out of my account. I felt like I needed to prove myself to people because I was getting questions about all this stuff at once. And I was thinking irrationally, and I was just freaking out in general. So I thought, well, what if I just found one on the internet and just posted along with it? I should have been upfront and honest with everyone, and that is my fault, and I'm sorry for lying about that part.
So were both images that you posted fake, or was one real? And
one was real. The one that had the active sessions was fake. That one was found on the internet.
Yeah, you remember that tweet right there, that one, where he showed the logged in session from Iran? That's the active session Kiro's talking about. That's lie number one. When he told people that he was hacked by Iranians, he completely made it up. He took a picture off the internet and passed it off as something that was happening to him. Sorry to tell you, all you people out there that were rooting for the Middle Easterns, coming in to purify this filth off the internet. There is no coordinated group of super Iranian hackers that is targeting Kiro and his fucking zoo crew. Completely fictional. Pulled it right out of his ass. But what about the logs themselves, Kiro? Were those real? Surely, just because you've lied to us once, because you told us a fib about those goddamn Iranians, I mean, you have to stay consistent. You have to tell us that the logs are actually fake. Those have been forged.
the other big thing that I know a lot of you have been passing around, and believe me, I've seen it in the comments, is the chat logs that have been passed around all over the internet now. Everybody's seen all the dirty laundry that people are saying you said. Are the chat logs real or are the chat logs fake?
Okay, so the chat logs are fake.
Oh, thank God. Thank God he didn't say something that was the complete opposite of that.
So, I confronted Kiro about this and basically told him, look, I know that these logs are real. If you keep denying that, people are eventually going to find out the truth, and this entire thing is going to start all over. And then, Kiro agreed with me and told me that yes, the logs are his. He had those conversations, and he does have an interest in some aspects of zoophilia. He also claims that some of the forwarded messages are being taken out of context, but that's something that you guys are going to have to decide is valid on your own. But back to my main point. Yes, the logs are real. Now, before you pick up your torches and pitchforks, let's talk about what that actually means. Yes, Kiro does have an interest in animals sexually, and he and Snake shared with each other some pornographic pictures of them.
Oh, so wait a second. He actually did have those conversations. Those logs weren't completely faked, were they, Kiro? And when you tell people those chat logs are fake, what you mean is maybe, sorta, kinda, huh?
I didn't say a lot of those things, but I will say a long time ago I was part of this group. It was for people who had had an interest in feral artwork, you know. And this place had safe for work and not safe for work. And I met this guy in there called Nalazar. And at the time, we just chatted back and forth because we had the same interest in artwork. And eventually, over time, I just stopped talking to him because it kind of freaked me out how many questions he was asking about the actual act of zoophilia and everything. And I told him that I would never hurt any animals, and I just don't feel comfortable with it. So I eventually just dropped it and stopped talking to him. And now that this popped up, I now realize his name is Snake Thing, and he went by the name of Nalazar.
God, where have I heard that name before? Oh yeah, in the other guy's video, when he went to talk to him about you.
I was also able to get a hold of Snake Thing, the other person in the logs, through a mutual friend, and what he said matches up with this. The content that was exchanged between me and Kiro mostly consisted of a few random tidbits of stuff we'd find together online. I cannot confirm, though I doubt he has done anything, whether or not he has actively participated in anything because I have personally never seen it. It may have been flaunted at times, but I do severely doubt he's done anything like that. We rolled with a fantasy at times.
You know, so just it was fake, but it was real, but it was fake, but it was real, but here's this guy confirming that it was real.
Literally everything in the chat logs that was posted, 95% of that I did not say.
So some of it was.
Some of it is true. I talked to Nalazar. I told him fantasies about art and different stuff like that. We just had that bro talk, per se, you know, like locker room chat.
Right.
This was locker room talk.
No, I'm sorry, Kiro. You're not Donald Trump. You don't get to slip that one under the radar and act like talking about fucking bitches and being famous getting you pussy is comparable to fucking decapitated puppies. That's not a tomato, potato kind of thing. Do we really even need to go into the logs themselves? I mean, I talked about them in the first video. The conversations he has about fingering dogs' throats and asses. The conversation he had with Snake Thing about molesting his own dog and possibly hurting it. But no. He drew the line at artwork, guys. You don't understand. That's all just fantasy.
So the one thing is, according to Nalazar, you have a soft interest in zoo. Is that true?
Okay, so I have an interest in the artwork. I thought the artwork was always fascinating, and that's really where I drew the line.
Totally just made it up, bro. Just going with the flow. You know, those typical conversations you have, that locker room talk on Skype and on Discord about finger fucking puppies and screwing deer carcasses in the woods. I think every guy's been through that phase in their life. You want to know what's actual fiction, Kiro? Your fucking innocence. Every single thing that you've said over the last week contradicts itself, and every time somebody presents new evidence, you have to adjust your story to try to make it fit. Here you are giving two different interviews, giving two different stories. You tell one guy, yep, it's all legit. You tell the other guy, no, most of it's not legit. You tell people you're hacked, you're not hacked. You tell them it was faked logs. Well, some are real, or maybe all are real, but they're not all fake now, are they? That's changed. I mean, fuck, even the furries that were defending you couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. Why are you retweeting this guy's video, but then doing another video and telling him, no, it's actually different than what I told him? So much to the point where he had to go public and say he had a copy of your conversation with him, and he was willing to release it. Which, of course, once again cornered you into updating your bullshit story and putting forward this fucking gem. Oh, I need a mental health day. You guys need to listen to both sides of the story. You don't get it. Read between the lines. I can't give a clear and concise public fucking statement. Hey, I wonder what your clear and concise statement's going to be next week after this guy gets done with you. This is one of those CSI motherfuckers that's been comparing pictures and videos of dogs being molested to your dog and locations where those animals are being assaulted to your garage. Real interesting timing, by the way, Kiro, that the moment that he starts to post his evidence, you go and start deleting shit. Really makes you wonder what's going on, huh? Almost makes you look like you're maybe a little fucking guilty. And you just can't stop yourself from fucking lying, can you? You put out one bullshit story, and you're proven to be a fucking fraud almost immediately.
Hey, Kiro, will you be at Wapafa, and will Yami the Wolf?
I don't know who Yami the Wolf is, but I will not be going to Wapafa because of death threats made against me.
Oh no, I won't be attending, guys. I won't be attending because of the death threats. It's too risky for me to go. How about the organizers of the events don't want you there? How about they don't want you to show up with your reputation of hurting animals and getting off to animals being abused? Maybe that's why you're not going. Maybe it has fuck all to do with death threats. But I'm sure you're going to be just fine. I'm sure the police officers are going to love sitting down and sorting through this with you in person. Oh, because there is a police investigation. And not that bullshit one that was talked about on the day this broke where people were trying to say, no, Kiro went and talked to the police, everything's good. I mean actual officers sitting your weird little ass down and talking about you fucking dogs to death.
Questions for Kira the Wolf. Is there any specific update on the police investigation into the controversy?
I can't give away much, but I did give a statement, and it's currently being investigated. I am in contact with the police, and we're figuring this out.
Everything's looking A-OK. Bright and sunny days ahead for Kiro and the Zoo Crew. And I haven't forgotten about the Zoo Crew either. They've got their own dedicated video coming up, because if you thought the shit he was into was bad, you have fucking seen nothing yet. And I'd just like to close this video out addressing the furries that are still defending this retard. If this had been dropped when it first was leaked, you'd still be believing the story about Iranian super hackers and nothing but faked logs. Yet here we are 1 week later with him admitting, no, that's bullshit. He wasn't super hacked from Iran. He did know who these people were. He was in groups with them. He acknowledges he talked to them. He had fantasies about animals. He's already gotten wishy-washy on the details. What do you think's going to happen a week from now? I told you, give it a little bit of time and the truth would come out. What's the truth looking like now? Especially compared to what it looked like when it first broke. If you think you're protecting your fandom by defending this guy, you're doing the exact opposite. He's a sick, fucked up individual, part of a group of sick, fucked up individuals, and it is not the hill you want to die on. Because right now, as we speak, there is a group of autistic individuals out there that will uncover every minute detail and drag it into the disinfecting light of day, where there will be no escape from it.
That damn Kiwi Farms.
So let me give you the story on these furries. And let me tell you what's going on today. Because we're going to go full bore. There's no more being nice about this. I'm going to drop a nuke on these degenerate fucks. And not even hold back. There's no point in holding back. They want to start a little furry jihad against me. So I'm just going to come out swinging. Swinging and smiling, because I don't give two flying fucks about what the furries want or don't want. You fucked up, Ashley. Oh, you fucked up so bad. So bad. So let's begin our story. 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, there was a furry by the name of Kiro. It's a YouTuber, has about 100,000 subscribers. Now they got popular because I think it was Shane Dawson or some other big YouTuber highlighted them. Because they're a weird little fucker. So they get all these subs, they become popular, they're called a popufur. That's what they call popular people in the furrydom. I believe. I don't know. We're going to be investigating a lot of this, so just bear with me if I don't get all the hip, cool slang down, if I'm not, in with the vernacular on this shit. But he's a popufur. Well, it turns out Kiro is a part of a group of horrendous fucking people that do some really terrible shit. Now, there were leaks that came out from his group chat on a social media platform, messaging service on the phone called Telegram. And the shit these people talked about, it's jaw-dropping how fucking filthy and disgusting it is. I haven't even touched on it in the videos that I've done. And we talked about fucked up shit. We talked about this guy and his friends talking about decapitating puppies and fucking their corpses. They talked about screwing roadkill, torturing animals, and you'd think that would be the worst of it. It's not even close. It's not even close. Because these people don't just stay relegated to hurting animals and getting off to it. They hurt kids too. So we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to name and shame these fuckers. We're going to talk about all of them. We're going to talk about the filthy, disgusting pieces of shit like Ashley that defend them. And we're going to go into just full details because fuck them. I'm not going to be held ransom by some fat LARPing retard in a fucking mascot outfit who thinks he can throw a tantrum on the internet because I made fun of his stupid gay club. Fuck you, buddy. Fuck you. So I released these two videos talking about this in a very neutral manner, telling the furry fandom that they probably should clean up their own shit and maybe not believe this Kiro guy. But they just couldn't stop themselves. People like Ashley and the others, they couldn't just stop themselves. They had to push it and threaten to DMCA me because I used clips of theirs in my video, which completely fall under fair use. It's transformative. There's commentary and criticism overlaid on it. But he in a very bragging manner. In fact, we're gonna look at the clip. I'm gonna pull the clip up. I want you to see what this fucking retard looks like. I don't want you to hear his own words. I don't want to color this for you. I want him to be able to speak for himself. Let me get this set up, and you can hear what he had to say earlier today. It's a big boy warning from a big boy. I'm fucking with fire now. Oh, scary shit. Scary shit when the bad hombres show up and they're gonna teach you a lesson. Don't you dare laugh at me for fucking puppies to death. Oh, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? I've angered Ashley the Great. Ashley Zoe Fox. Oh, in your Rick and Morty t-shirt, don't you look so adult? Aren't you a smart one? I bet your IQ is like over 200, Ashley. It's probably why you live in an apartment with 8 other people and do disgusting shit to animals, which we're going to be talking about today, by the way. So let me pull this up. Let me make sure this is the right window. Everything's captured properly. It's a very relaxed stream, by the way, because we've got all the time in the world. All the time in the world to shine a spotlight down on these filthy fucking people. I'm in no hurry, Ashley. I'm going to take my fucking time. I'm going to take my time pulling you apart piece by piece in front of an audience. I believe this is it. Yep. This was tweeted out. This was from their live stream. It's a little off center. You'll have to bear with me. But oh, hold on. Is that a screenshot or is that the video? I need the video. Give me 1 minute here. Already fucking Boomer Jim's already fucking it up. Sargon called it. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. This technology. It confuses me. It scares me. Okay. So let's hear what big old Ashley has to say. And if you're curious, Ashley's the fat, pasty Jim Sterling LARPer that's in the middle of that picture. And that blue shirt, I'm pretty sure he's worn for like 2 weeks straight. If you could smell through your screen, you'd probably be crying right now. So let's listen.
His video where he decided to post his most recent one where he stated that, you know, the whole thing with Kiro and the zoo crew or whatever. I'm going to basically state this. So if he's smart and if anybody in here is watching that is friends with him, may want to let him know that he has probably less than 24 hours to delete that video from his channel, because he used over 6 minutes straight of my Kiro interview, and I filed a DMCA copyright takedown with YouTube, and within the next 24 hours that video is going to be forced taken down by YouTube, and a strike is going to get placed upon his channel because he blatantly took my content without asking.
I'm being taught a lesson by big old Ashley. Big old Ashley the mascot. It's intimidating. It is. It's very scary, Chad. I agree with you. It's a scary fucking situation. I don't know how I'm going to cope with this. A big scary situation. Now, Ashley had a bunch of tweets because after I saw the clip, I responded, of course. And we're going to get into the stream proper again, nice and relaxed. Just relax. Enjoy your morning. We're going to be talking about horrific fucking people that don't deserve to breathe air. So, there's no reason to really rush it, is there? Let me see. Now, they've deleted all their tweets begging me not to do this stream. Because when I found out that they were going to do their thing. Actually, let me pull it. I think I can do this. When I found out they were going to do their little stream, I responded in a very civil manner to the scary threat that Ashley was laying down at my feet. I don't want to fight a fox. Those things might have, I don't know. What do foxes have? Tetanus? Is it a tetanus fox? Are you a metal fox, Ashley? I don't know. But, you know, I tried to be reasonable about it. And let me pull this up on screen so you can see how reasonable I was in regards to our fat, ugly, stupid fucking friend here. As you can see, that's my banned account. This is I believe, a good friend here. Good friend. Good friend, Mr. Anti-Bully. Nice guy. Not my account. As you can see, I'm on my banned account. Couldn't be me. Couldn't possibly be me. But here was my response. That video is well within fair use, and counterclaim will be filed shortly after your bullshit. I think we might have lost connection there for a minute. Oh, let's see. I think we're good, chat. Try refreshing. Try hitting F. I'll give you a minute to catch up. I don't want to jump too far ahead of the story. We're back. We're back. Okay, we're good. I think fur fags are attacking the power company. I think they're cutting phone lines as we speak. They've sent an elite squad of yiffers to stop this from happening. But we're back. We're good. They can't do shit about it. So anyway, our stupid little fur fag here. Then I'm going to make your fandom my new hobby. Glad I could help. Ashley, I apparently was very nervous about that because, you know, I continued to respond to them. Well, can you explain? You can explain it to me in court. I told him I was going to live stream the trial. So when Ashley's DMCA comes through, I'm going to counterclaim it, and then I'm going to drag his fat, stupid ass into court, and I'm going to fucking live stream it for everybody. It's going to be an extravaganza, folks. I'm talking just carnival levels of fun. Just carnival levels of fun. Filming him every day. Giving my play-by-play outside the courthouse. Maybe I'll even dress up in a Nintendo Labo outfit. I don't really give a shit. But I'm not going to be intimidated by a fucking furry. Sorry, Ashley, that's not going to happen. You look at all those deleted tweets. Yeah, just a lot of deleted tweets. Ashley was not too happy with the fact that I had explained I was going to be doing this stream. Didn't really give a shit if it bothered them or not. And that's where we are. That's the backstory. So again, to sum it up, nice and quick, clear and concise. YouTuber with about 100,000 subs. Part of a furry group that gets exposed doing disgusting shit in a Telegram group. I do 2 videos on the subject using clips from other furries. Those other furries, Ashley in particular, don't like it and threaten to DMCA me because they don't like the fact that I called it degenerate shit. And now we're going to look at it. We're going to read through it. I'm going to be highlighting. A large portion of this is coming, by the way, if you're interested in following up on this, from Kiwi Farms and their animal control subforum. Lots of shit in there. Ashley's actually very familiar with it because they have a thread there. Now, before you say, wait a minute, Jim, isn't that terrible? How could you read Kiwi Farms? I mean, the whole Kraut thing and Coach Red Pill and Sargon. Ashley doesn't mind because Ashley set up a fake website to redirect to the thread of some furry that he doesn't like that goes right to their Kiwi Farms thread. So Ashley's totally fine with this website. They love it. And besides, the Kiwis are really one of the only groups right now that are digging through this horrific, horrendous, fucking disgusting shit. So we're going to be reading through it. Ashley, we're going to be reading about you today and all your friends. And we're going to try to figure out why would it be that you would be bothered by the fact that I would talk about Kiro and zoo sadists, people that derive pleasure from hurting animals in a sexual manner. What possible personal motivation might you have for that? Well, it turns out there might be some personal motivation. Your husband. It's merely speculation. We'll go into detail later. Let me just pull the chat. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to say this probably because I've never said it before. I've talked about a lot of fucked up shit on this channel before. I've talked about groups and communities that do just disgusting stuff. But usually there's a sense of humor about it. These people are fucking worthless. The stuff they get into is genuinely disturbing. So if that's going to bother you, maybe this is not the stream that you want to watch this morning. We're going to be talking about people torturing animals for sexual pleasure and molesting children. Because that really is what is at the heart of this. This is about furries that have gone beyond the pale and have grown out of control, and nobody is reeling them in. It's just being allowed to happen. It's like a dirty little secret that's out in the open. They kind of all know that this shit goes on, but nobody really stops it. So fuck that. Maybe it was the brony fandom annoying everybody on the internet, and everybody kind of forgot momentarily about why furries need to be gassed. And so people stopped paying attention, and they just grew out of control in the meantime. But whatever the reasoning for why this has come about, it's where we are right now. And these people and this Kiro Leak stuff, it is some brutally dark shit. And this person, this fat, soy-titted idiot, is defending this guy, even after being lied to. You know, one thing you need to know about Kiro is he blamed it on Iranian super hackers. You know, fun fact, by the way, Telegram's not available in Iran at the moment. Hasn't been for 8 months. So why a group of super hackers from Iran would be targeting a fucking phone app that they can't even use in their own country, I don't know. But that's what Kiro went with. They also went with the explanation that the logs were faked until they changed their story mere fucking days later, hours later, and said, well, some of them were real. Let me tell you some honesty here. It's not so much as a slippery slope, like a steep decline. It's a gradual one. It's inch by inch that you get dragged into this shit and accepting it. It's all about openness and tolerance and equality in the start. And then the next thing you know, a year or two has passed, and some guy dressed up as a bear is fucking a 5-year-old. I mean, these people are fucked in the head. They are genuinely disturbed. They're doing disgusting shit. Yeah, and my plan is to follow it up with a video talking about the zoo crew, but we're going to be covering a lot of that today. I'm going to paint a crystal clear picture as to why you're on the side of the issue that you're on, Ashley. Threaten me with a DMCA, you dumb motherfucker. What did you do? You think I haven't dealt with fur fags before? Do you think this is my first rodeo, Ashley? I've been dealing with your kind on the internet for a decade. Ugh. That's right, chat. I took a sip of it. I'm gonna bury this fucker in the yard and then drive my John Deere right over the plot. It's Sunday Funday, but it's the middle of the week. Animal control at Kiwi Farms is where you would go. All the zoo sadism shit is there. Be prepared to be fucking disturbed, because that's what we're dealing with. I don't know if this is legitimate. If you're actually handicapped, I mean, maybe you are this fucking stupid. I wouldn't be surprised. You probably are this fucking dumb. But, I mean, it's a possibility maybe you're not. And somebody made this as a joke to highlight that you are kind of a fucking moron. But this picture, I think, sums you up best. You mathlete, you. It's from your thread. I'm guessing this is on some account that you've got. I don't know. In 365 days, we lost 80 beautiful people. That averages out to 4.5 people per day. One every 5 hours. In 365 days, you lost 80 people. 4.5 people per day. That's some high-level math. That's impressive, Ashley. So why would Jim, or as he likes to be known, the little pup, little rugrat, why would Ashley be bothered by me talking about Kiro the Wolf? Well, we're going to take a look. We're going to read through some of this shit. Get ready, folks. Let's get some background. What have the Kiwis compiled together? You know, it's funny. Josh was giving me shit earlier today, saying I just read Kiwi Farms threads. How prescient was that? Little Nostradamus there. Fucking called it, because that's what I'm doing today, Ashley. I hope you enjoy. I hope you're going to have a fun time this morning. I know I am. I think the audience is going to as well. I will redact power words, but here we go. If you were thinking Ashley Zoofox is an alias, it's really his real name. Born Jim, he legally changed his name to Ashley Jim Fox sometime in the 2000s and changed it to its current form in 2015 when marrying his current husband at a fucking furry convention. It's worth mentioning that Jim has wasted over $20,000. $20,000. Ashley, what are you doing? On various surgeries, from facial feminization surgery to an orexectomy? I don't even know what that is. In a now deleted video, Jim retells the botched surgery he received from a doctor he found on a eunuch website operating on an informed consent basis. The doctor fucked up the anesthesia on one of his balls, causing him to jump in reaction to the pain and burn his dick in the process. Jim also had a bilateral mastectomy, or in other words, just removed his HRT obesity-induced tits, citing breast pain. Oh, look at that beautiful thing there. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine him, her, it, laying on the table in their Rick and Morty shirt? Just legs spread out wide for some Mexican doctor on an informed consent basis. And then, uh-oh, I forgot to anesthetize one of your testicles. And as he goes to stick in his, I don't know what he's using, a butter knife? Ashley just, without the use of a crane, it's like a miracle. Lifts his little legs in the air and starts kicking around and burns his little feminine penis. And this is right before they chop his tits off. Lovely, beautiful. Like that you changed your name to Fox. Like that you changed your name to a furfag name. That's brilliant, Ashley. A little bit of background about his work. Nothing really important. Doesn't really have a profession. Been on YouTube for 4 years. Doing all sorts of blogs and shit, which is interesting because if you were to go to look at their analytics page, nobody watches Ashley. Jim and his friends are frequent fur meet attendees, prominently at Method Fur Meet, where they have staff roles. Oh, this guy's on the staff at a furry convention, and his friends are as well. I wonder what interests they have together that they could possibly come together for. Let's find out. An overwhelming majority of Jim's circles are baby furs. Him, his husband, and 2 other zoophile baby furs live in the same household. Oh, that's special. I think there's probably nothing better. You know, some people want to wake up to Folgers in the morning, but I think the smell that I want to greet me in the morning is the smell of 40-year-old men shitting themselves as they suck on their banky. Right, Ashley? Is that what it's like in your household in the mornings? Do you get your fat tubby ass up out of bed, or the fucking coffin you sleep in? I don't know what kind of thing you sleep in, because you're not really human, are you? Do you get up and your poopy little diaper is just filled to the brim? Do you guys walk around sniffing each other's asses? Is it like a dog thing? I don't know. Now, here are the people that live with Ashley. Oh, these are some fucking winners, folks. I'll just use the first name, Van. Now, Van is Ashley's husband. Oh, sexy time. Also known as Brex Nearpaw or Brexy. Do you want to see some of the artwork? I think you do. I think you guys want to see some of this artwork. Would you like to see the fursona, the baby fursona of our Ashley Fox, of their husband? Would you like to see that, folks? Would you like to see what these people are into? There we go. There we go. Soggy bottom puppy power. Oh, this is what Ashley likes. This is what Ashley and all the boys in that household are into. Oh, there's all sorts of pictures. Consider yourself lucky I'm not just showing the thread in its entirety. Now, here's an interesting thing about Ashley's husband. They have an account on another forum, but what is this forum about, Ashley? I'm curious. It's called Beast Forum. What is Beast Forum about? That's interesting. Maybe we'll find out later on as we go through. Not sure. I'm not sure what that might be about. Oh, there are other people that live in the household with our special friend. One of the roommates, Daryl. Tiger is Tiger. Husband of Goliath. You know you're in a great relationship when your baby fur husband is named Goliath. Daryl has been friends with Fox here for at least 12 years. Wow, long-time friendship, Ashley. As well as being a proud baby fur. He's an admitted practicing zoophile. You want to know more about Ashley and their zoophile fucking roommates and baby fur lovers. And we desperately want to know what they're posting about on the Beast Forum. Oh, sounds so fun, Ashley. Are you excited? I am. Let's fucking show the world what you're into, champ. I mean, there's no shame in it. It is the current year, Ashley. You need to embrace your likes and dislikes. Let me just make sure there's nothing that's going to get me arrested from reading this first. Oh, God. Oh, this is bad already. Okay. All right, here we go. I'll read it. It might be kind of small for you, so you'll just have to let me read. This is their Beast Forum account. Let's see. I think the interest is what's important here. I'm into many, many things, though the zoo thing has been with me the longest. Been a zoophile since the age of 12, when I first touched a male doggy. If you want to know more or chat, just message me up. Oh, since a tender age of 12, you've been trying to take that knot, Tiger? Is that what you've been up to? Let's see what kind of conversations do they usually engage in. Let's see. Hi everyone. I'm just looking for other zoos around my area. I'm in Pennsylvania and just wanting to meet some others. If you're near me, shoot me a message and we can talk sometime. If you want to talk, message me on Yim. I guess that's a horrendous fucking furry, sir. Is that Yahoo Instant Messenger? Just as bad, isn't it? Oh, is this a post about horsecock? Could we be so lucky? Yes, it is. Owie. I have never tried anything with a pony, but I have with dogs. And when they tie inside me, it can be a bit painful. But taking a whole horsecock like that has to hurt. But that video was great. Seems like your roommates, Ashley, are into some weird fucked up shit. It almost seems like they get off on the idea of, I don't know, fucking dogs and horses. Or getting fucked by them. Maybe they're not stupid enough to try to fuck a horse. But they are dumb enough to try to let the horse fuck them. Oh, now is this your roommate Tiger's fursona? A small white tiger cub, 2.5 years old. He's often trying to be a girl. Favorite color is green, though he favors pink. He's a diabetic and needs his shots all the time. He's still in diapers and needs to wear them. He has stripes all over his body and has a black tipped tail. Green eyes, black lined ears, pink nose, 4 fingers, 5 toes. Pink paw pads on all. No claws due to a birth defect. Must have been what gave him diabetes. Short head fur. 2.75 feet tall, 45 pounds, slightly chubby, but not fat. Oh, and he even has an addendum added on to the description of the toddler that he LARPs as. Naughty part. Has barbs on his penis. Very small though. With a sheath. Smaller testicles. Tigris was abandoned at the age of 1. He lost his daddy, beat, abused, raped, and hurt him all the time. One day, Tigris was pushed out of a moving car and rolled into an alley. He was found curled up in a corner of an alleyway by his now daddy Goliath. Do you want to see Tiger's daddy? Are you interested to see who that big boy Goliath is? I think maybe you are. Do you like the smell of mayonnaise, chat? Oh boy. So we've talked about a couple of Ashley's roommates, right? Talked about Ashley's husband, Ashley's other roommate, Tigris, the baby fur that likes watching. Now we're going to talk about Big Boy, Big Daddy Goliath, the Wolf King. Oh, sexy time, chat. Look at those eyes. Aren't those the eyes of a gentle lover? Now, from what I understand, thankfully because God is merciful, this image has been cropped, but there's a dog involved in this picture. Can you imagine what might be happening with that dog. I can't. I lack the imagination. And my moral sensibilities won't let my mind wander that far. But that's Big Daddy Goliath. Goliath is notable for being a co-director of a moderately sized furry convention in Memphis. Another furry convention. Oh, this is the co-director that lives with you who organized the Mephit Fur Meet. Interesting. And he's the roommate and husband of another roommate of yours. So it's a group of the four of you all living together in one house, getting off to baby fur porn, and talking about your love of zoophilia. I mean, if that one guy, right, was on the Beast Forum, and if that forum talks about people getting fucked by horses and screwing dogs, and your husband, Ashley, is a member of Beast Forums, does that mean your husband is into it? Are you into it, Ashley? Is that why you were so keen to defend Kiro the Wolf? These are just questions I have. I'm not making any accusations. I'm just Glenn Becking it up here, Ashley. Oh, that's a pretty picture. Let's pull that up. You know, Ashley, you're a very pretty girl. Very pretty girl. That's a very nice dress you have. Chat, what do you think? What do you rate this on the fuckability scale, chat? Would you yiff this wolf? Would you give Ashley the time of his or its life? What are you thinking? A lot of tens. Chat is merciful, Ashley. I think you've got some interested suitors here. They seem really fucking interested. Pull that picture down. I don't want to get your heart racing too much early in the morning. See if we can find some other interesting stuff before we move on to the shit show proper. But I just want to put it into context that this is the retard that wants to try to fuck with me and file a false DMCA. The one that's defending a group of people that are into some weird shit that apparently they and their roommates appear to be in as well. Not the same group, mind you. It's not a zoo-sadism group, but it is a zoophilia tendencies. The lust of fucking animals. At least one of the roommates seems to share that interest. And the baby fur thing where they dress up a little bear cub or tiger cub and act like that's normal. It's not, Ashley, by the way. It's not normal. It's really fucking weird. I don't know if you're aware of that. I know you live your daily mode. You're like, your normal is other people's weird. Because you hired a eunuch doctor to cut your cock off. So, obviously, you've got a different definition of normal, Ashley. But the baby first thing it's kind of weird. It's a little fucking crazy. Sexy. Nice. I'm seeing some metrics. You're making a couple of dollars there, Ashley. A whole $53 fucking dollars a month from your YouTube career. I wonder how you're earning that money. I'm guessing it's the husband. I'll put Wick up to cleanse your palate for a minute. There we go. Just look at his eyes. He's gonna make all the bad people go away. He's gonna purge them all for us. God, Ashley, your husband looks like he hates you. Can I say that? I hope I can say that. Your husband fucking hates you, Ashley. I think he just does not like you very much. You are just not the sort of person they like. All right, well, we'll leave that as the entire household of fur fags. But that's the idiot that's DMCAing. That is the guy that's going to bat for a dude you're about to read about. We're about to deep dive into this shit. Let's pull that up. Let's pull that zoo sadism thread up. Let's pull up the Kiro thread. Ember Wolf. We'll start. Yeah, it looks like they are part of this. So let's start with Ember Wolf. Yeah, this is the one that drugs dogs to fuck them. All right. Okay. Okay. So Kiro, like I said, was a part of this leak that went on. There were more people than Kiro in it. I like to call them his zoo crew. And apparently Ember was one of them. Snake Thing was another. There are other names that are going to pop up. We're going to take a look at a few screen caps of their conversations. I'm going to give you some background information. And I want you to get a feeling for how fucked up these people are. And I want you to keep in the back of your head as we're reading through this, that fat retarded idiot in the Rick and Morty shirt thinks Kiro's innocent, thinks this is all made up, thinks none of these people are guilty. Even though he lives in a fucking house with 3 other grown adult men that pretend to be 2-year-old baby furs and visit beast forums as to what possible motivation they could have for wanting to deny. Oh, God, they even link to the drugs. God, these fucking people. From Snake Thing. Perhaps I'll think about it. I'm in Myrtle point at the moment. There's a Motel 6 miles north Bend that allows dogs. Ember doesn't need to allow dogs if they have outdoor access. Snake thing, what do you mean? Just sneak her in. We'd have to drug her so she's docile anyway. Sleepy dogs need the meds. Again from Ember. Good hee hee. I've been waiting to be dark for a while. I'm sure we could find OTC dog medication over the counter for sleeping. If not, I have another method. Over the counter. Weed is legal along the whole West Coast. Could feed her a bunch of edibles. Snake Thing and Ember talking about drugging their dog. Take a minute to think about that. They're talking about what kind of medications they can buy over the counter to make their dog so sleepy they could fuck it. And if they couldn't find a drug that's available in like a Walgreens or something, just gonna use illegal street drugs, some pot, you know? Just get the dog high, man. Get the dog high on pot brownies and then fuck it in its ass. That's what these people are talking about. And their little leaks. That's Ember. That's Ember, our friend Dylan. That's the chat log, like I said, between Snake Thing and Emberwolf. Emberwolf is a deviant incarnate, and the logs include a lot of images from cub pornography and zoophilia to diapers and water sports. This can be retrieved at your own risk, and they link to a archive for those brave enough to want to sort through that shit. There are more than enough pictures of Dylan giving himself an anal... Okay, I think I need to read this. Okay. There are more than enough pictures of Dylan giving himself an anal prolapse. It's worth noting that the logs are only partial. A lot of the content was shared through Telegram's secret chat feature. Upon finding out that he was outed, Emberwolf promptly deleted most of his accounts. So, the guy that wants to drug dogs in the Zoo Sadist leak, this is somebody that was in the Kiro leaks. A guy that wants to drug dogs and is into water sports and baby furs and all this other degenerate shit. Oh, there's an incident. Chat, would you like to hear about the incident? During BLFC 2017, I'm going to guess that's a fur fag convention. I don't know what it is exactly, but there you go. Both Emberwolf and Chadbla were involved in the 421 incident, an event extensively documented by other partygoers. Now, there's a quote here, so I'm going to read this to you. This is from a source talking about what happened. I was the doorman for our suite party last night on 421. A couple of attendees, Emberwolf and Chadbla, left the party at around 9 p.m. They returned very briefly before going again. Around 11 p.m., I looked out into the hallway and saw Chad coming back to the party wearing nothing but a diaper, manic and sweating profusely. I knew instantly he was under the influence of something. My first reaction was to calm him and get him into a private place. I led him to the bathroom to try to cool him down there. From there, I got a couple more people in to help. At that point, we got the diaper off of him and got him into the shower. Shortly after, he forced his way out of the shower and punched me in the throat and tried choking and shoving us out of his way. So a very naked, wet furry that's been stripped of his diaper is throat punching people at a furry convention. At this point, I realized he was under the influence of something stronger than MDMA. Perhaps PCP or bath salts or some other novel designer drug. I removed myself from the bathroom and called casino security to get him medical help. After contacting security, I went to find Ember. When I found him, he was in the room on the other end of 421, also wearing nothing but a diaper and strung out on something as well. There was another person in the room trying to calm him down, so I went and called security from the phone by the elevator. When I returned to the room, Ember was in clearly a state of panic and running into stuff in the room while screaming for his daddy and screaming that he was dying. At that point, we decided it was best just to get him into the hallway where he couldn't injure himself further. Within a couple of minutes, the hotel's medic and security arrived, and we moved him to the couch near the elevators. Shortly later, Reno police, fire, and paramedics arrived. They sedated Ember and took him to the hospital along with Chad. This is where my record of the events, I know it may not be the most appropriate thing to name drop, but the record needs to be straight. We have received an apology from Chad that he's remorseful for his actions. We have yet to receive any apology from Ember. Now Ember, the strung-out druggie, running around naked at a hotel in Las Vegas at a furry convention, screaming for his daddy, that's the one from the leaks that wanted to drug dogs to fuck them. I have to check these pictures before I put these up on stream. It's a lot of really damp-looking fursuits. I'll describe it to you. I don't know if I can show these, so I'm going to describe what I'm looking at. Okay, picture number one is a very pale, skinny young man with a wolf head on, wearing BDSM harnesses over his body. Picture number two is him in a soggy-looking fursuit that obviously has a poopy diaper in it. There's another one where he's, I think, wearing panties. Not 100% sure on that. Ugh, fucking Christ, these people. And this isn't the worst of it. I mean, we're not even close to the worst of it. Some guy talking about drugging dogs to fuck them. It gets a lot worse. It gets a lot fucking worse. These are the people that others are defending. They get high as a kite at fucking furry conventions and throat punch people. They talk about drugging dogs and fucking them. They're looking up people getting fucked by horses. Like, this is just the surface level shit. We haven't even gotten to the bad stuff yet. How fucked up is our society where I can make a statement like that? Where I can follow up a sentence, a declarative statement, and say, we haven't gotten to the bad stuff yet, after talking about people fucking horses and pretending to be 2-year-old toddler cubs. Like, what happened to humanity? What point did we go off the fucking rails? Where did things go so wrong? Where you could say something like what I just said, that we haven't even gotten to the bad stuff. Let me see if I can pull a picture of this one up. Yeah, I can show you this picture. It helps if you can see. This was on their Tumblr account. I just want you to kind of see what we're talking about. Here's one of them. This would be Glowfox, I believe. Let's take a look. Here you go. Here's a picture of Glowfox. There's a picture of Glowfox. That's one of them. Just take a look. Just drink it in. Just drink it in. It's really everything you'd imagine. The shit we're talking about. This is what you'd probably imagine coming to your mind. Just take a look. This is the fucking people we were talking about. He really went full supersized on that thing, didn't he? He's like the guy that goes to McDonald's and says, "No, I want those fries to be larger." He's living the dream. Glowfox is living the dream. Amidst the Zoo Sadist leak is an established furry artist who goes by the name Glowfox. Oh, fuck. Alright. Within the Zoo Sadist Telegram archive, there's indisputable evidence. There are several pictures of this particular person. Make sure this is actually the right guy before I fucking go into this. Yep, okay. There's pictures of Glowfox playing with animal dicks, sucking dog cock, and getting fucked by one. Oh, and there's some allegations involved, chat. So buckle up. Here we go. Allegations: drug-facilitated sexual assault of a minor, pedophilia, zoophilia, sex trafficking. Here's some of the dialogue between Glowfox and Snake Thing. All right, here we go. Glowfox: I used to give my stepdad rimmings, suck off a park guard, and have his dog knot me after school. Found mom's dildo and porn VHS at 10. Snake Thing: holy hell. Glowfox: and fool around with dad's coworkers. They liked fapping me, or they liked me fapping them while watching porn. Dad had a workshop at home. Snake Thing: I like everything that's been said. Heart, God. Yeah, these are some well-adjusted people, folks, let me tell you. You know, rimming stepdad, playing with mom's dildo. Just, normal family activities that I think the furry fandom apparently gets up to. Another one from Glowfox: I usually would tell him, hey, want to watch some porn while my dad is away? Who doesn't like porn? We would sit and watch, and they would get hard, and I would ask them to show it. Was it just awkward for them to refuse, so they let it happen? Oh. Glowfox. And then I would just grab it and try it for myself. We were bros. They cared about me. I was 12. They were 35 years old. And look at the fucking follow-up by Snake Thing. So he's having a conversation with a dude who's basically telling him, yeah, I was pretty heavily molested by my stepdad and other grown men when I was a kid. And his fucking reaction to hearing this shit is, duh, aw. That'll be important later on when we talk about Snake Thing. Oh, let's hear about his adventures in fucking his dog. Yeah, let's jump into that. Glowfox, I kept the dog. He's old. Snake Thing, you still have him? Glowfox, yeah, I was 14 when I started sucking him. He once peed in me to get off his dick. Didn't work. Can you imagine? Oh, these fucking people. Could you... The dog tried pissing in him to get him to leave him alone, and he wouldn't even let him go. The dog... The poor fucking dog. Snake Thing. Oh my. You don't tell people this often, right? Very, very taboo. I love it, however. Always good to find another person interested in it as well. Oh, filled you up good. Filled you up good. Oh, these fucking people have no shame. Oh, there's more. There's more. I know it's a little off. It's a little off focus. Just bear with. Glowfox, I just buried my face on his crotch and let him have a go. He was surprised but couldn't pull out. Snake Thing, oral nodding? Glowfox, no, he was peeing in my mouth. Oh, that's awesome. 'Cause I didn't let go of his dick. Hopefully it tasted okay. It tasted like Cheetos in liquid form. Now, I've never sucked dog cock before, and I've never drank dog piss. So I couldn't tell you if you force a blowjob on a husky if it tastes like Cheetos. But apparently Glowfox is fairly convinced that when you give a dog oral sex, it tastes quite a bit like Cheetos. Just FYI for the folks out there. Are you enjoying this chat? These are the fucking people that don't want to have this talked about, that think this is normal. These are the fuckers that go to conventions. These are people that are known in their community. Talking about molesting dogs and getting fucked when they were kids and how that's great and and awesome and all that shit. Making videos defending each other. This is their normal. Things that Glowfox and Snake Thing talked about. I want you to really pay attention to this particular conversation. You know, I'm going to try to center this better because I want this fully on screen. There we go. This is from Glowfox. Cute, cute. What else you got, You think I'm not aware of the underage parties at conventions? Snake Thing. I got a lot of stuff. Depends on what you want to see right now. And you know something like that? Glowfox. I talked with a young fag that goes to those parties. He always gets gangbanged while his dad overlooks. Want to try mine badly. Snake Thing. God damn, that's so damn cool. Always wanted to see a fursuiter fuck a cub. On my top tier want list, I've a few videos of a close friend fucking a late teen, but it ain't the same to a degree. Well said, close friend is in a suit, but yeah. These are two furries talking about underage sex parties at furry conventions. Of watching fathers fuck their kids at secret sex parties at fursuit conventions. Just openly talking about it. And I'm going to guess that preceding this is just a screen cap of the text log, that they were probably sharing some sort of picture. Because he's saying cute, cute. Underage parties at conventions. These are the people that furries want to die on a hill for? This is the shit that you want to protect? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm a little blown away by it. I'm sorry. This was a conversation with Snake Thing and Glowfox talking about deep training, about the age of the people that they're into. With Snake Thing saying something like, my best friend managed to meet a few youngins around 11 to 16 years old, and he enables them as much as possible. Following that up with, Okay, Glowfox, he says his boss gets him little ones to train so they can sell them as slaves. 6 digits to 7. Only to rich people. Fucked up, but whatever. They say they end up loving it, so that's good. I don't like the force stuff. A little slut that doesn't want to be a slave just doesn't sell. Oh, wow. I'm curious who it is. Damn, that's intense. Yeah, I know what you mean there. I've been passing interest in harder stuff, though it's not as if I can't paw to it. XD. I like soft stuff too. Yeah, that's definitely true. Glowfox. I like when they love the dick. Scared ones are a downer. Snake Thing. I agree with you there. I like that a lot as well. Yeah, most of the stuff is. There's a few things I like, but not all. Definitely still need more zoo and kid stuff, though. Really isn't enough of it anywhere. Yeah, I'd like you to take a minute to think of, like, what are we fucking talking about here? We're talking about something that started as a Telegram leak about a group of furries, and the more that they're dug into, the more that they're looked into, you start finding all this weird fucking shit. It's not just cub porn that they're into. It's not talking about horses fucking dudes that they're into. It's animal abuse, fucking torturing animals. And going as far as to talk about enabling kids fucking adults and sex slaves and shit, and how it's a downer if the kid doesn't like to be molested. These are the fucking people that were in the leaks. These are the people that these furries are running around fucking defending and acting like this is innocent. Kiro started his bullshit off by saying, the leaks are fake, I was hacked, none of the logs are real. He changed his fucking story to, okay, I wasn't hacked from Iran, and some of the logs are real. I have a passing interest in zoophilia. You remember what I said earlier? It's not that steep decline, it's that gradual inches shit. It's so much easier to try to sell you on something as atrocious as that, rather than start off with, I want to see some fucking 7-year-old get raped by an animal. Or I want a fucking sex slave. All right. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. No sympathy for these people. All right, I'm going through. We've got, okay. Yeah, here we go. All right, let's pull this one up. Hey, good news, everybody. Glowfox the pedophile apparently is he babysat. Glowfox, I babysat once. I was 18, he was 11. Snake Thing, oh wow. Glowfox, little faggot teased me for days, testing me out. I played it cool, not advancing, until I got his Game Boy and got distracted. As soon as his parents left the driveway, little fag went straight to my dick. He literally got scared when it flopped on his face and I slapped him. Snake Thing, LOL, XD. He took it well, I hope. Glowfox, yeah, mesmerized. Biggest one in his life so far. Snake Thing, damn. So it's not just that this fucking guy is into the allegation that he's into this shit. That he's into child pornography and all this really hardcore fucked up shit. It's that he has access to kids. He's had it before. He probably still has it. The first 2 videos I did really focused on the lighter stuff, which is, again, insane to be able to say that somebody that tortures dogs or is into that, somebody that tortures animals or is into that would be the lighter stuff. But as you can see, there's a large portion of the other people that had information dumped that were into some pretty heinous stuff. And A lot of allegations about them being into some really, really horrendous shit. And, you know, when these first came out, a lot of it was, oh, it's all fake. It's all made up. You know, somebody has made up 20 gigabytes worth of fake logs. But more people have come out and said, no, I mean, the conversations like these did happen. Or they tried to downplay it and say it was just role-playing. Or they tried to downplay it and say it was just fantasy. But you're looking at a community. You know, furries in general have this, like, dark fucking undercurrent running through their culture. Running through their fandom. And it's like they've decided to turn a blind eye to it. When you've got guys discussing underage kids getting molested at conventions, when there are rumors floating around about events called petting zoos, where furries go and have sex with animals and it's organized, like that shit is, how do you ignore it? How do you turn a blind eye to it? It seems ridiculous to me. You know, when I did these first two videos and I started getting, you know, furries that were popping up saying, oh, it's not that bad. Or they tried to downplay it and be like, well, some people are into some things. Like, they didn't want to take a look at the more extreme shit. You know, people straight up just getting off to the idea of hurting and killing animals, hurting kids. Just disgusting, right? Repugnant. They've got a major fucking problem in their fandom, in their community. And it's disgusting. I've grossed myself out with it, reading it, and just looking through it. In closing, fuck you furries. Fuck you Ashley, Zoe, Foxtail, whatever the fuck your name is. File your dumb little DMCA. I'm going to counterclaim it. If you're stupid enough to try to proceed with it legally, I will drag your ass into the court. And I will make sure to read out all of this shit into the public record. Because fuck you. And fuck your fandom. And fuck the people that defend this shit. You are disgusting. You're disgusting people. For even trying to excuse it and brush it under the fucking rug. Get fucked. Get fucked for a fag. Yiffin hell. And I'm sure there's more information that's going to come out. I mean, here's the reality. When the leaks first came out, people said it's fake. They you know, circled the fucking wagons and decried it's completely fake, it's completely fictitious and made up. But within a week, they were admitting to it. They're admitting, yeah, we had conversations. Yeah, we use that messaging service. Yeah, we're into this. So the more time that goes on, the more information that comes out, the more pressure that's applied. It doesn't look like it's fake, especially after Kiro admitted that he wasn't hacked and admitted that he did talk to people and he did have interests that were, you know, similar to this. They're looking for the best angle they can take. I mean, that's really what it is. These people want to be able to say, yeah, I'm fucked up and I do screw up things, but it's not that bad. They want to try to back it up just enough so you don't want to kill them. But with the amount of shit they talked about, I mean, where's that line? The degeneracy. We're going to start with a person in their group called Snake Thing. One of the, you know, I'm going to read the thread title for you. Snake Thing. And this is how they describe him in his own little thread in Animal Control. Furry, zoo satanism, telegram ringleader, necrophile, puppy rapist, nephew molester. So that is who we're going to start with. But this is about Snake Thing. This is a person that was involved in the zoo sadism leaks. That was the leak that involved Kiro, the YouTuber with 100,000 subs, and other assorted furries. We talked about, I think, Ember Wolf last time, talked about Kiro, and lightly touched on Snake Thing. But Snake Thing is seen in a lot of the screen caps. So Levi is one of the several furries outed as a zoo sadist in the pseudonym leaks, which is the person that initially dumped them on the internet. The leakers describe him as being a key organizer among the zoo sadists. So this is somebody that was deeply connected to all this shit. And we've already heard them talk about pedophilia. Okay, if you missed the stream from the 3rd, you might be playing a bit of catch up here, but it goes well beyond animal torture. It goes well beyond having sex with animals, torturing puppies, all that kind of stuff. These people do things to kids, and they advocate doing things to kids. And we're going to be looking at screen caps of alleged conversations between Snake Thing and other people talking about victimizing children. So keep that in mind. These are the furries in their natural fucking habitat. And it's never good enough. They can't just be degenerate at one fucking level. They take it, up a notch time and time again. The OP in this particular thread, before we get into this, said Levi had sexually abused his nephews and talked about it with fellow furry pedophile. It appears Levi shared CP with James as well. Possible of said nephews. In the logs, Levi and James discuss how Levi's mother is in some capacity aware he is sexually interested in minors. Despite this, she still lets him around her nephews, resulting in them being abused. So prepare yourself. Let me start pulling up screen caps and we'll take a look at what these fucking people are up to. I'll try to get these on screen as best I can after I check to make sure there's not fucked up animal torture in them. And we'll go. All right, let me pull that down. Window capture. There we go. Hopefully it's viewable enough for you. But I'll obviously be reading along. Snake Thing and Sangi. Again, this is part of the leaks that happened about 3 weeks ago. Snake Thing. It really would be. I could sit you in my lap at the computer and stroke you as you look at pictures of, and I believe the redacted portion is his nephew. Haha. :3. I need him more nude. I need him more nude too. You do have that old video of him though. The one I made for you. Gone. Gone XD? I'm sad. I may be able to get it back for you if you want it. Yeah. Didn't show much, by the way. I'll have to look around though when I get to my computer. I know it still showed enough though. So I believe this is the beginning of the conversation where they're talking about the kid that he has access to. He wasn't just satisfied with abusing him. He wanted to share that abuse with other furries. And he'd go as far as, I guess, taking requests. People were sending requests on what they wanted to see. And from what he says, and from what other people involved in these conversations say, the mother was aware that something underhanded was going on. So she's not innocent in this. All right, let's go to the next one. So it's a good idea to never be forward. He's a bit of a blabbermouth. Thankfully, I've managed to keep him quiet thus far, but to be honest, I've stopped it with him for 2 reasons. Number 1, he has told me to say hi to you, but hasn't really mentioned anything else. He isn't upset or anything, but I think he's not as inclined as he was. I'm sure he still finds you handsome, though. God, what is it with pedophiles and delusion? I'm sure he still finds you handsome, though. Yeah, I'm sure that's what the kid's thinking when he looks at a fucking fur fag. What a handsome guy that guy is. After a while, I'd rather him not recollect too much of the stuff. Number 2, I prefer blank. Plus, don't want to do more with. So it looks like they're 2 children. At least in the forward sense for 2. I don't know if that makes sense. Think blank would be more likely to be Hush. I do. Plus, you've seen his wee-wee. So that's a plus. Just no shame. These people have no fucking shame. So, I mean, this would seem to allude to the fact that he's admitting openly that he's sending of a family member, of a young male family member, to another furry. And going as far as to do photo shoots. It's specialized content. It's not enough just to molest the poor fucking kid. This piece of shit has to take it to the next fucking level and make it just worse. Has to really ride up the fucking bill of the therapist the poor motherfucker's gonna need when he's older. Alright, let's go to the next ones here. Yeah, this guy, he does this when he talks, and it's so fucking annoying. Aww, okay. I'm sure he'd love to meet you someday. I didn't mention this earlier, by the way, but when I took those pictures earlier today of me with his underwear, well, I pawed with them and orgasmed with them. Didn't orgasm in them, but got a little bit on the outside on accident. I made a video of it. So, this degenerate piece of fucking filth takes a kid's underwear, and we can all assume what he means by pawed with it, and... Alright. Snake Thing. Hey, you really need... Jesus. You really do need a kid to... Let's drug blank and hump his butt. JK, JK, JK. I don't think the drugs would be needed. Perhaps. They may not, although it'd loosen him up a bit so you could enter him a lot easier. You'd be able to get in quite deep, I'd imagine. What kind of woman knows that this fucking degenerate is interested in children and allows him access to them? What kind of mother would you have to be to let that happen? To turn a blind eye to it? I mean, what the fuck is your problem, lady? And there's no way if this guy is this open in private conversation. He talks about it with everybody. In all these leaks we saw, this constantly brought up. He's not ashamed of the weird, fucked up shit that he's into. And so, what's weird to me is if he's that open about his degeneracy, if he's that open about his pedophilia and hurting animals and doing disgusting shit like that, how it is nobody calls him on it in real life. How his parents can turn a blind eye to it. How nobody else in the family says anything. How none of the neighbors have beaten him with a fucking baseball bat at this point. Let's move to the next one. Sangi, does having the image make me a kid slut? Yes, sir, it does. Don't worry, though. Being a kid slut is quite the promotion over a regular one. Trust me. Ha 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 ha. I sure don't see much action for being a slut or anything. True. That's why you're a kid slut now. Gotta get all them youngins and corrupt the fuck out of them. Giggles, XD? Oh, sorry, I didn't put that one up. There you go. I'm reading their conversation between Sangi and Snake Thing. Gotta get them young and corrupt the fuck out of them. It's openly talking about grooming children and bringing them into this lifestyle. They're fucking openly, blatantly talking about it. Let's get some kids and screw with their mental well-being and just try to fuck them up as much as we can. They even talk about drugging children. Drugging kids to taking pictures and videos of them. And it's all XD emoticons, winky faces, smiley faces. No shame, no fucking guilt in what they're doing. They're totally into this. Loving every fucking second of it. This is what happens when you leave a fucking community of degenerates alone. And you let them spread their fucking shit. And there's no pushback against it. And I know that not all furries are like this. But from what I've heard a lot of furries say, it's almost like they've given up on pushing back against it. When you've got furries talking about, having petting zoos where they're raping animals, or rooms dedicated to fucking kids at conventions, where they're openly having conversations like this, or it's kind of already known in the community that people behave like this, where they're fucking teens, or even preteens, or trading CP, or animal abuse photos, you gotta put your fucking foot down. If you're allowing this to continue, and they're going to become more ingrained in your fucking community. They're going to dig deeper. They're going to latch on like parasites, because that's what these kind of filth are. They're parasites. And they're going to spread that shit to everywhere. And it's going to get to the point where they're the majority, and then you can't push back against it. Because there are too many of them. Because they're too ingrained into it. Because they're at too many conventions. They run too many websites. They're part of too many forums. And then you're shit out of luck. Because you either become a degenerate or you give up whatever the fucking hobby or community, whatever you think of it as. Yes, chat, press G to gas. And I have to double check these ahead of time. Again, Snake Thing with the fucking emoticon shit from Snaggy. Iggy is hot too. He is, P. Where do you know him from? And then he's quoting something. This is from, I guess, a username Iggy. So I had fun this night. So I had fun with Night, and they were not my age. So I was in my house laying on the couch half naked in a jock, and I turn over, and this little black kid was staring at me through the glass door that leads to the patio. So I opened the door to come in, asked him to come in, and I said sure. We talked on the couch, and he said it was very hot, which is why I don't turn the AC on. So he took off his pants and a shirt, and we sat there naked talking. I started to rub his leg, then I rubbed his stomach. He then decided to kiss my hand. And after that, he put his clothes back on and had to go home. So I guess Iggy is another one of them that sits in a fucking hot house. He doesn't turn the air conditioning on what? The off chance that a child wanders in? Snake Thing, a cub group. Oh, it's a cub group. Of course. Cute. Yeah. Furry cubs or, nope, entirely different cub group. One that doesn't shy away from RLC talk. I'm going to guess RLC stands for real life children, just given the context of the conversation. But it continues on the next cap. Oh, by the way, I'm doing chores with, name redacted. I was trying to get him to do something he didn't want to do. And Mom was all like, he is your uncle. You do everything he says, no questions asked. And I'm here like thinking, oh well, can you suck my dick, XD? XD, oh my fucking god. LOL, I got bit hard, won't lie. I got bit hard, won't lie. I love your mom, but she apparently is still naive about you. Oh, she knows I have an interest in CP stuff. She's not that naive. Well, sort of. She's just way too busy in life to do much about it. Nibbles. As far as I know, she thinks she's keeping me in line, XD. Yeah, right. In line of keeping me thinking about fucking little kiddos. God. You know, when these leaks dropped and people started looking through them, they saw a lot of fucked up shit. They saw animal torture, and those were videos and pictures of that. People killing puppies, doing really horrendous things. And then you got to the kid stuff where they're talking about this sort of shit. And there were groups kind of parsing through all of this, looking through all of this, and they're really disgusted by it because obviously it's fucking horrible. But I wonder if that's what, it gives me an appreciation, I think, for cops. Because that must be what it's like for people that work in CSI, right? Like, that has to be a soul-crushing fucking job. Where you go into work every day, and you're dealing with people like this, that are that unrepentant about what they do. And you have to collect the evidence, and you have to watch the videos, and look at the pictures, and read the statements, day in and day out, of people like this. Just how fucking that must just destroy you. That has to snuff out a piece of what makes you you. Can you imagine that? Just how fucking crushing that job would be? Dealing with this shit every day? This is only a taste of it. Those motherfuckers do it as a job. They have to sort through this kind of shit every day. God fucking Christ. Again, this is the same conversation between Snake Thing and Sangi. Is that even the mildest tent really tends to be noticeable? Or at least it bulges them out to noticeable degrees, and I use it to my advantage when I'm giving them hugs. You're bad. You know you love it. I've given, and again I believe that's the name of the nephew, a hug with a half stiffy before in these shorts, XD. My member practically went up between his legs when I partially lifted him up in the hug. Well, of course it'd be a tent, not an actual member, but you get what I mean. Because how else to take advantage of a child than molesting them while you're giving them a hug? Like a good uncle would. Snake Thing is such a upstanding member of society, and I'm sure that kid just will have fond memories of the degenerate shit that this person's done to them. Snake Thing, you know what? You love it, though. Wags butt at. Also, figure out the schedule on coming here. Blank will seduce me, though. Oh, really now? I'm not sure how much longer he's going to be here. Come in the next week and I think he's going to be here still, so you can drag him into your lap, lift him up while copping a feel, etc. Also the reason I wear the shorts that I do. Oh, and this goes into what we just read, where he's talking about the tent. So it's not just making, videos and pictures for the other degenerates in this fucking Zuseda shit. He's inviting them to come over and molest the kid too. So it's not just, I want to molest him. It's I want you to come over and do it. No shame. These people have no shame. This is a person that is sexually aroused by the torture of animals and the abuse of children. He's not just, unrepentant in it. He's exuberant in doing these things. He likes it. He wants to share these activities with other people. He wants to spread the word on doing this shit and get other people involved in doing it. I would say that fits the bill for what evil is. I think you're right on that. Now, let me pull up some more screen caps here and we'll continue along. It's just, yeah, man. These fucking people. All right. Now, these I'm going to have to be a little more careful on. Because they involve, I'm going to describe what's in these pictures because I can't obviously show them on stream. it's animal torture. It's kittens being crushed and puppies being crushed and stepped on and their eyes being gouged out. That's in here. But we will get to that in a minute. All right, let me pull this up. Giggles, what? This is between him and Tane, apparently another person. Dick, is he localish? Oh or nah? He lives in Texas. Nods, nods. But he comes and visits me rarely. Only once so far, but he's the approved visitation friend by family, as families love him. Aw, that's real nice. It is, Wags. He's also into cubs. I've sent him sneaky photos of my sister's kids many times before. Oh, naughty. Blushes. So it's not just a conversation about molesting children with one person in this fucking leak. They're all doing it. They're all talking about it. Let's move on with the animal abuse. This is between Ember. I believe that's Ember Wolf. Let me double check here. That was the person we talked about last week. Or no, was that Glowfox? Keeping track of these fucking names. All right. Here we go. They're linking to things, but Snake Thing, that's perfect. You're going to get her? Maybe. Yeah, for a permanent pet or temporary. Aw, I wish you'd bring her down to me. Wags. They're sharing pet pictures with each other. I'm sure that's going to lead into the conversation about butchering them. Let's find out. If you do end up getting her, I totally have requests. I won't share anything with anyone ever, of course, obviously, if you're comfortable with that. Oh, you want to rape the bitch? Do you, XD? I most likely won't be able to join you, but if you do get her and have fun, I have requests for you to do. Like muzzle docking, shoving yourself deep in her throat. That's my favorite thing. In or out of a suit. Though there isn't enough zoo stuff with suits involved. Up to you, though. As I said, I wouldn't dare share anything you give me. Huff. Muzzle docking, throat fucking, winking, smiley face. Yeah, these people are the devil. Is the word rape appropriate to explain what you like? Because if so, marry me. They link to a video which thankfully we can't watch, but we can imagine what these disgusting fucking subhumans are into. And hey, I like it hard. Goddamn, that's hot. It's not the first animal that I raped until the end. What do you think he means by raped until the end? Rape until it dies? Or until you orgasm, XD? And you fucking awesome. It's so good to meet another person that likes this stuff. The first one, winking emoticon. And the first one was death. I love you, XD. So he's raping animals to death. That's the video file that they're sharing with each other. I've seen those. They're amazing. Hey, how young do you like the dogs? Newborn. Hey, I like that a lot. I absolutely love puppies. I've been hilt deep inside of a 12-week-old puppy. 3 puppies have died on my cock. God, that's fucking awful. Playing so much with puppies, and it's a picture of him doing unspeakable things to a little puppy. Snake Thing, you're amazing too. A great person with some amazing common likings. And oh my. And there's another photo of a woman in high heels crushing a puppy to death. Oh my, you like crush? Yes, strangling and more. So apparently these disgusting pieces of shit have different methods that they enjoy for torturing and killing animals. Of course they would. This is from another person in the group, Wolf. A wooden toy I used to fuck a virgin bitch. Honey was applied to a few hours before so that the fire ants would cover the toy. It was shoved into a virgin bitch pussy minutes later. Snake Thing, I saw that. I love it. So just so you understand what this person is saying, they made a wooden stake and they covered it in honey to get fire ants on it. And then once it was covered in ants, they inserted it into a dog. And then shared the video with other people in this group. You know, when I told you it gets darker, and I told you that the people involved in this shit, it went way beyond what was initially talked about. You know, when we started this, it was Kiro fucking a dead deer carcass, and people were like, holy shit, that's fucked up. How could it get worse? Here you go. I mean, that's some shit that you'd see out of a Saw movie. Like, that's a step beyond. I don't even know how to classify it. It's not just fucking and killing animals. They want to torture them. He devised a way to put ants inside a dog and watch it suffer. And then he shared that video with other people on the internet for his sexual amusement. And they're sharing this in this group. These people are sharing this shit with each other. It's fucking awful, is what it is. Snake Thing. I love puppies, XD. Wags. I agree. This is a conversation with Wolf now. Played with a 4-month-old puppy yesterday, but only for a little while. He humped really nice and had a beautiful cock. Wish I could spend more time with him to take some pics. Oh? Did he mainly dom you, or did you dom him as well? I dommed him, but that was really quick. I was visiting someone and was left above with the pups for a few minutes while the owner was taking out his car. He could be a good dom with time. Oh, what do you do with him? Humped his muzzle? To start, I'd fully pull back his sheath and lick his fully exposed knot, to then tie up with a cord and keep it hard for as long as I want. Then I'd play with his balls and tail hole. I'd restrain him and put a metal ring with duct tape in his mouth to make him lick my cock, whether he likes it or not. I could come in his mouth or eyes, play soft or hard with his balls, and this guy is fucking awful. I don't even know how I'd react to that. If I had somebody over at my place and I went out to the car to do something or run an errand and I came back and they were brutalizing my dog, I'd kill him. I would fucking murder the guy. I would throw him. I'd fucking kill him. Do you think his friend knows what went on? You think his friend knows that this guy is like stalking his pet? He probably has no idea. Probably has no fucking clue that this piece of shit does this and wants to take it further. That he's going to torture this guy's puppy when he's not paying attention. He's a fucking sociopath. You know, all smiles and cordial when somebody's there in the room with him. But the moment the back is turned, you know, the moment he's alone with a victim, he goes and does just horrific fucking things for his own amusement with no remorse. It's just about self-gratification. He doesn't care about anything else. This is again continued with Wolf and Snake Thing. Morning Nymph. And they share a picture of some sort. Those pics are actually my own stuff from last weekend. Oh, damn, you're one hell of a lucky bastard. Lol, she has a tight pussy. Has or had giggles. She was a pit bull that I found last Friday and was a virgin also. I removed her tits and inserted some in ass, others in pussy, then butt-fucked ass to pussy. Made her eat one or two of her tits. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he misspelled this, but no, he means a bat. There was a video of a puppy. Okay. There's a video of an animal being assaulted with a baseball bat. He bat-fucked her, is what he means. Her throat and ass and pussy. Snake Thing. Oh, should have gotten a male doggo to rape her, too. Always wanted to see some dog-on-dog rougher-esque stuff before. Human intervention, too, with that in mind. Oh, damn. I want to see that. Had. Lol. And they share another video. Wow, I like that. Lol. Also chopped off her tail and used it to fuck her pussy. Amazingly, she was still standing after the bat fuck. Chopped off her head and then removed her pussy with the tail still inserted. Have you done something similar before? I actually think I recall you mentioning before you had a dog dick inside of a dog's head or something like that. Goddamn, very nice, would love to see that. And he shares a video of or a picture, I'm assuming, of what he described. Yeah, I do. I will show you a pic later, but it's only for you. Don't share it. Okay. Yeah, this is what we're dealing with, chat. This is the shit that leaked. And it's a private conversation between a group of furries that I don't. Maybe the community knew they were like this. Maybe they didn't. But it's so far beyond, like a Mr. Hands thing where some idiot gets fucked to death by a horse. Like, this is pure evil, right? Like, this is a cartoonish supervillain level of evil that they're involved in. It's just not one kind of degeneracy. It's everything. These people are soulless. They lack a fundamental part of what makes a person a human being. They get the satisfaction and gratification out of the torture and suffering of animals and children, and they revel in it, and they share it with each other, and they produce it for each other. That's probably the most fucked up thing about it. It's not just that they have access to that kind of material. It's they produce it, and they egg each other on to do more of it. Go look at Fur Affinity or Ink Bunny, and look at all the fucking diaper furs, and all the really weird shit they write. I mean, it's pervasive within their community. And it seems to be the sort of thing that's just kind of slithered its way in deeper and deeper and taken more of a hold. So, I mean, who fucking knows what 2 weeks from now is going to look like, or a month from now is going to look like, or if another fucking leak hits, or if more fucking shit comes out. And I can't show you a lot of this stuff. A lot of stuff involving what they were doing to animals, the videos and pictures. And even if those particular videos and pictures weren't made by them, they're still exchanging them and talking about making their own. It's just horrendous fucking stuff. Just horrendous stuff. I don't know, chat. Am I getting old? Have I become the eternal boomer, chat? Is that what the problem is? Am I not edgy enough for the internet anymore? I mean, I think there is a certain line when you get a group of fucking mascot-wearing retards that want to rape and kill animals and molest children. I mean, I think that maybe is a point most people could commonly agree on that's probably a bridge too far, that most people would find repugnant and have an issue with. This isn't them playing it up for a laugh. I mean, this is shit that they're into. This is shit that they're really excited about. These people are fucking awful. They're fucking awful human beings. And I really don't pity them. Whatever blowback they get from this, I don't fucking feel bad for it at all. And the other thing too is, who knows what else they were into, right? Like, I mean, if that's the shit they're talking about casually, could you imagine what they themselves think is so fucked up they don't mention? Like, if that's the stuff they're open about, imagine the shit they're keeping close to the vest. It's a fucked up thought, but these fucking people, man. I think that covers a majority for now. If there's more logs that dump in the next couple of weeks, if there's more shit that comes out, I'll talk about it later on. But I just wanted to put this forward, again, because I think the internet has forgotten why we used to hate furries, and I think maybe we need to remember why we fucking hated them. And if the furry community itself isn't going to exert some force and pressure on the people doing this, then maybe the outsiders need to do that and step in and pick up that slack by shitting on fur fags again. By bringing back the old mentality of how to deal with these people. They've all segregated themselves onto their own specialized sites where they can just kind of echo chamber each other and talk about how this is acceptable. And this is the end result, is they don't think it's wrong. I mean, they think it's okay. They're fine with it, man. They're going to keep doing this crazy, weird, fucked up, degenerate shit. So how the fuck do you end a video like this? What's your closing statement on this kind of degeneracy? On this absolute fucked up nature of a group of individuals that run around dressed like this, doing this sort of shit? Like, how do you segue out of that? What's your outro? I say, you end it on a fucking song. An oldie, but a goodie.
Where's my flashing sword? And my hand takes hold of judgment. I will take vengeance upon mine enemies. sickness in store. Until the gets enough as I could see the fucking beast more.
We are two lesser parts of the good, not to push the bounds and cross over. We can too corruption.